I love eggnog. Oh, my God.
I just got the pre-made stuff.
Oh, same.
Oh, well, you said you had to make your eggnog.
Yeah, to put whiskey in it. What do you think this is?
This is pre-made with whiskey in it, is what I'm saying.
So I used Crown Vanilla, which I figured would fit perfect with it.
We already got a dead guy.
No, that's just nutmeg.
Do bees get a buzz?
Yeah, you don't know about drunk bees?
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, so bees will go eat fermented like apples, and they'll get super drunk off of it, and then they get addicted to it, and then the colony won't let them back in because they show up all drunk.
Is that how Angry Orchard's made?
And then they die because they can't get back into the hive. I feel for them though. You know that like, hey man, I just want to come in for a drink, and they're like, nah, man.
Yeah, that happened to me in Ocean City when they thought I was the cops.
You can't be here right now.
I was like, I'm more drunk than anybody here. What do you mean you think I'm the cops?
I'm surprised they let you in when me and Sam were in Clearwater, and you were like, I'm out of here.
Dude, that's probably every other person there. They wanted that money.
I'm surprised they let you in, because Sam and I were like, hell no, we ain't going out. I'm going out. It's like, David, we just ordered pizza. The Cowboys game's about to go. I was like, I'm leaving. I'm like, all right, man. See ya.
I'm out.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the 46th episode of the Poor Choices Show. I am your host, Chris. I'm here with my co-host, David.
And to Haley Jade, Jelaine Maxwell, Jimmy Buffett, Isaac Newton, and Jesus.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Let's make some poor choices.
What do we do now?
Subscribe. So for those just listening is typically we have a beer right there that we crack. But in the spirit of the holiday and today being Christmas, we are drinking some eggnog.
'Tis Tweer.
I went Tweer. I went Wawa eggnog and some vanilla Crown Royal, and it's amazing. It's really good.
I went with some Evan Williams pre-made stuff. It's like a peppermint white chocolate something.
Oh, so it's not like normal eggnog. It's got minty in it.
Yeah.
But you like that stuff, so I figure that's right up your...
It's delicious.
Right up your chimney.
And I didn't get it from Total Wine because evidently Total Wine is no longer in my delivery radius.
Oh, that sucks.
I think they got tired of coming, so I had to do ABC's mediocre wine and spirits.
Dang, that is some... I bet you could get it through... Did you try Instacart too?
I did, but I ordered it when we ordered dinner.
Oh, okay.
So I was like...
I bet you could still get it Instacart. They don't care. They'll take your money.
Yeah, I could get it Instacart, but I wasn't trying to pay 2 delivery fees.
Oh, so
like have to tip 2
DoorDash
people.
used to deliver Total Wine to you, and now they don't.
Correct.
So I've never ordered Total Wine through them.
Yeah. Well, I can't. So
you can't. No.
Hold on. Me can't know. All right. So I want to start off with an unpopular opinion.
Is it Christmas related?
Everything I have is Christmas related.
Now we're talking. All right. Go ahead, sir.
I thought you would guess what it was or know what it was.
Is it that Die Hard's a Christmas movie?
No, we'll get into that next. But I thought that's what you think it might be.
So you're still asking me what it is?
Well, if you want, you probably won't guess. I was just enticing you to say that.
Santa Claus is white.
No, but it does have to do with Santa Claus. Wait, is that an unpopular opinion or is that fact?
Well, he's not real. Sorry, spoiler alert for anyone listening.
Well, my unpopular opinion is that if he was real, he would be #1 on the FBI's most wanted list.
Oh, yeah. Breaking in everyone's home and eating their food and leaving random packages.
Well, let me give you a list here. I have 25 laws that he would be breaking if he were real.
Yeah. The other one, wait, I'm going to guess a couple more if I can.
Okay.
Is like like FAA, like airspace, like not having clearance.
Okay.
Something with animals because he has 8 just reindeer that he's just
You got to live on a farm to have reindeer, right?
hanging out. Yeah. Something about kids.
All right, well, let me give them to you.
Good.
All right, so the first category I have is international and federal offenses. By bypassing customs and immigration in every country he visits, he is violating the illegal border crossing statute, which says entering the U.S. or any country without inspection or proper documentation is illegal. I'm not going to read the what's and the hows and the whys of all these. I'll just read, I guess, the statutes themselves. There's airspace violations. All aircraft must follow regulated flight paths and obtain clearance before entering controlled airspace.
That's right.
There's also unregistered aircraft. Aircraft must be registered and meet safety standards to operate legally. Mm-hmm. We have animal cruelty laws. Protects animals from cruelty and requires humane treatment. Forcing reindeer to fly across the globe in harsh conditions without rest could be seen as inhumane treatment.
Good.
We have violation of trade laws. Importing goods without proper declarations or tariffs is illegal.
Yeah, he could be bringing in some Japanese beetle, and he doesn't know he's, messing up the ecosystem, yeah.
We have data privacy violations. Collecting personal data on children, for example, names, behavior, requires parental consent and strict data protection. We have international sanctions. It's illegal to provide goods or services to nations under U.S. or international sanctions. Mm-hmm. And then we move into domestic offenses. Breaking and entering, obviously.
Yeah.
Trespassing.
Yeah.
Theft. Eating cookies and drinking milk left out without explicit permission constitutes petty theft.
Well, there is permission with some where, like, 'cause kids will leave, like, a Dear Santa note, like, right there, or, like, for Santa or something like that. But the other 24 laws he already broke, so.
Right.
Yeah.
We have fire code violations. Blocking chimneys or creating fire hazards violates safety codes.
Santa, I'm going to need you to show up on July 17th for your court date of that fire violation.
We have unlicensed delivery service. Operating a delivery service requires proper licensing and compliance with safety and operational standards.
Yeah.
Failure to pay taxes. Income and sales taxes must be paid on goods and services. He evades tax on billions of dollars worth of delivered goods.
You got to pay them else somehow,
Yeah. Well, speaking of, we have labor law violations. Employees must pay workers fair wages to ensure safe working conditions and provide breaks. Santa employs elves in an unregulated workshop with no evidence of fair wages or safety protocols. Then we get into public safety and environmental offenses. Reckless operation of a vehicle. Operating vehicles recklessly, endangering others is illegal. Obviously, flying at high speeds over populated areas without regard for public safety.
Yeah.
Environmental pollution. Emissions and pollutants must comply with environmental standards. His sleigh may emit pollutants or magical residue without environmental assessment. Noise ordinance. Excessive noise during certain hours violates local ordinances. The jingling bells and hoof boots disrupt the peace in residential areas.
Disturbing the peace, man.
Illegal animal importation. Importing animals across borders require proper health certifications. Failure to dispose of waste properly. Waste must be disposed of in compliance with environmental laws. He leaves wrapping paper and packaging waste. Then we have child protection and safety offenses. Endangerment of minors. Putting children in dangerous situations. Encouraging children to wait up for Santa or climb rooftops endangers their safety. We have unregulated distribution of toys. They must meet safety standards before distribution. Unauthorized surveillance of minors. Monitoring or collecting data on children requires parental consent, so his naughty or nice list involves covert and unauthorized surveillance. Mm-hmm. And lastly, we have the ethical and miscellaneous offenses. There's the unfair trade practices. Unfair competition or practices that harm businesses are illegal. False advertising, misleading claims about goods or services. Promotes himself as the sole provider of gifts, misrepresenting their parents' contributions. And lastly, the impersonation of a mythical figure, which violates fraud statutes. Assuming a false identity to evade accountability is illegal.
I mean, we're both wearing Santa hats. Wouldn't we be violating that right now?
No, because when you wear a Ravens jersey, you're not impersonating a Ravens player.
True. Very true. Well, did you watch the new super cute Red One Christmas movie on Amazon with The Rock and Chris Evans?
No, I watched like Red Notice with The Rock.
No, it's called Red One.
No.
It just released, I think, last week on Amazon.
And I haven't been on Amazon in a while.
So check that out, because it's a really good Christmas movie. It's super funny. It's got the action to this, that. But
I did watch. Go ahead.
The Rock. So Santa is like. So The Rock is Santa's probably top. We'll call him like Secret Service agent. Like he's like his like number one guy. But like the whole world government and top leaders know about Santa. And it's this very, very close-knit, kept secret. So you're talking about all these laws, and I'm like, I wonder if he had to fill out all that paperwork in that movie, because they make it feel like it's normal for Santa to do what Santa does, but not to like spoil it for you, because I think you should definitely watch it. It's super good.
Yeah, don't say too much.
But it lost my train of thought. Watch that movie. It's great. Red One, Ready, Break. Super good.
I did watch the new one on Netflix with the dude's like a TSA agent.
I didn't watch that yet. Jason Bateman and
yeah, that's good. I enjoyed it.
The British dude?
I think you'll British dude.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the British dude?
The TSA agent. He's British.
No, he doesn't talk British.
Oh no, he's the dude from those Kingsman movies.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I think you'll enjoy it, but I don't think you'll think it's anything special.
Is it Christmassy?
Yeah, Christmas-y, I guess.
So I'm not in the mood for anything but Christmassy, except for I watched Resident Evil last night. But aside from that, I'm in I'm in Christmas mode. I'm going through the list now each night of haven't watched this one this year, haven't watched this one this year, and so on and so forth. Got to go through all the usual suspects, and
So did you watch Die Hard yet?
No, it's not a Christmas movie.
Well, I'm ready when you are. We could have more fun first.
No, go right ahead.
Are you ready? I don't want to ruin your mood for the rest of it.
No, go ahead, man. Why is Die Hard a Christmas movie, David?
For a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to give me the clock or
no, just hit me with your best shot and fire away.
Okay, so you want me to just
hit me,
wing it? All right. So this is why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. First and foremost, his wife's name is Holly. It's set at Christmas. The entire plot revolves around a family trying to be together for Christmas and having to overcome a barrier to that effort. Not to mention it takes place during an office Christmas party, which is the only reason the events are able to happen in the first place. Not only does it feature Christmas music, but the soundtrack is exclusively Christmas music. It involves characters coming to terms with their past and atoning for past faults and failures. In all of those ways, it is exactly like every other Christmas movie. If you want to go by the rule of thumb that if you remove Christmas from the movie or any theme from any movie, does it still make sense? Die Hard, without the Christmas theme, doesn't make any sense. Why else would he be there? Why else would there be a party? Why else would the rest of the building be empty? And it literally starts with him going home for Christmas. The writer even said that the script was written as a Christmas movie. The movie's writer has settled the debate once and for all, confirming it is indeed a Christmas classic. Stephen D'Souza gave us a handy checklist while appearing on the Script Apart podcast, comparing it to the 1954 baseline Christmas movie White Christmas. He notes that Die Hard takes place entirely in the Christmas holidays, while only the first and final scenes of White Christmas are set during the holiday season. The entirety of Die Hard is also at a Christmas party, while only the end of its 1950 counterpart is. Interestingly, there are 4 Christmas songs in Die Hard compared to only 2 in White Christmas. And in Die Hard, the party venue is threatened by terrorists, while the one in the earlier movie is threatened by foreclosure. D'Souza goes on to note that there are broadcasters with hidden agendas in both movies, while there are also German ringleaders, namely Hans Gruber and Adolf Hitler. However, the most startling figures are when it comes to the body count. D'Souza said, "Some people say to me, Die Hard can't be a Christmas movie because you kill people. And I say, was Ellis killed? Yes, they claim. We don't see Ellis killed. He's off camera. Does that still count? Do off-camera deaths count? Again, yes. Well, if we're counting Ellis, now that you, my skeptic about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, admit that off-camera deaths count, the body count in White Christmas is 26,128 people in the Battle of the Bulge, the opening scene in the movie, while there are only 23 deaths in Die Hard. Finally, D'Souza notes that the selfless sacrifice in Die Hard is Bruce Willis, John McClane running barefoot over broken glass, while White Christmas's one is only Danny Kaye upgrading Vera Ellen's train ticket. What makes a movie a Christmas movie? The obvious qualification that gives the film the exclusive honor of being located in the Christmas genre section of your local blockbuster, Christmas has to be the inciting incident or the goal of the story. If you can take the holiday out and the narrative structure stays precisely the same, then it doesn't count. All Christmas movies take place on or around Christmas, but not all movies on or around Christmas are Christmas movies. If we're going to stick purely to the criteria of a Christmas film being so because the story is predicated on it, remember that the only reason John McClane is at the party in Nakatomi Tower, or even in the state of California, is to be with his estranged family for Christmas. Two of the defining traits that people love about the character is that he's a reluctant hero and an underdog. But the added layer is that he's completely out of his element. He's a stranger in a strange land. He's coming home, all things being relative, as a peace offering to be with his family for the holiday after a rough couple of months of being away. He doesn't want to get involved with the hostage situation. He actively tries calling for help so that the police can deal with it. He just wants to protect his wife. When you get down to it, everything that follows is a very violent and bloody attempt to reconnect with his wife and kids to be home for the holidays. He's essentially Neil Page from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with a body count. And then I have a separate thing to go into after the fact of more like a counter thing.
Okay. So, well, let me just hit like a few like bullet points, and then I have a little mini article kind of like you just had to read to you too. So first one being, you've touched on it, while the story takes place on Christmas, the timing of the movie doesn't really have an impact on the plot of the movie at all. So for a film to be Christmassy, the time of year it is set has to have some impact on the plot. And for John McClane battling terrorists, we could happen anytime and anywhere. Christmas has zilch to do with it. With 47% of a 2021 UK poll believing Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And in the US, a 2019 poll by The Hollywood Reporter also found this view, with 62% of people agreeing it's not a Christmas film. Take it from the mouth of Willis himself, who said in 2018, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie. And with that, I want to move into just a little article for you. Let's start with the tone and themes of the movie itself. So I saw one contemporary critic say about Die Hard, "That's right, I'm saying it loudly and proudly, since John McTiernan 1988 action classic isn't just set at Christmas time, it embodies the very spirit of the holiday." But he never actually spells out how exactly it embodies the spirit or how precisely what that spirit is. And maybe the crux of the discussion lies therein. What is the spirit of Christmas? If Christmas is about using breathtaking violence to solve your problems, then yes, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. If Christmas is about hanging the bad guy with a chain, then you got me. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then you got me. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. If it's about how liberal use of bullets and explosives can save your marriage, then obviously Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Or look at it a different way. What if Die Hard were the prototype for Christmas stories? Then Bob Cratchit would have to rescue Tiny Tim from the evil clutches of Scrooge, who was about to sell him to a workhouse, and the story would crescendo into a knockdown, drag-out fight, the culminates with Cratchit being Scrooge into oblivion with Tim's crutch. Or The Grinch and his band of Grinches conducted an assault on Precinct 13 type of attack on Whoville, which the Who's beat back with wit, ingenuity, and a stockload of automatic weapons that never have to be reloaded. Or instead of his eloquent and powerful response to Charlie Brown's anguished plea for someone to tell him what Christmas is all about, Linus's response is, "Sure, Charlie Brown, I can tell you what the Christmas is all about," and flips aside his blanket that had been concealing an M60, shouts, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," and rains down a hail of bullets on the other kids who dive behind chair stage curtains and Schroeder's piano and other set pieces. Now, as I write this, I can see the inherent appeal of all these scenarios. I can't say for a second that the twisted dark side that makes up most of my soul wouldn't be at least intrigued by the image of a gun-toting Linus wreaking righteous havoc, or Scrooge and Cratchit going at it in a bullet-time Matrix-style combat. No, because A Christmas Carol and the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future rekindle the flames of empathy and compassion in Scrooge by showing him where love has existed in his own life, and where it exists in the world around him, and where the lack of love can and has led him down a path he really doesn't want to go. The Grinch's heart grows three sizes that day because of the Who's joyful singing in the face of losing all their material wealth. Lucy and her gang of narcissistic miscreants are saved by Charlie Brown's vulnerability and Linus's generous profundity.
There you go, Eric, I guess.
And in response, they save the tree with a little love. So don't we want a break from all that? Shouldn't we want other choices provided than the violence that we're obviously addicted to? Isn't that the whole point of Christmas, to provide solutions we don't usually use, to put that normal shit down, to find humanity even in those people, the Grinches, Scrooges, and Lucys, or Hans Grubers, who seem to lack it? If Die Hard were a Christmas movie, Hans Gruber wouldn't have to fall off Nakatomi Plaza. He would discover the error of his ways and make a better choice, probably before he did something unforgivable. Pal McLean's cop friend on the ground wouldn't have to be redeemed by shooting Alexander Godunov, the world's meanest ballet dancer, but by convincing him of the error of his ways and helping him see the light. McLean and Holly would get back together because he revealed he had more in his emotional toolkit than punching and shooting his problems away. If Die Hard were a Christmas movie, McLean and Pal and Holly would engender empathy and love in Hans Gruber and his henchmen, and at the end they'd all join hands in a circle and sing, Dahu Doris Dahu. But none of that happens. You know why? Because Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, and that's okay. It's an action movie, and damn good one. In Die Hard, all of life's problems, even a failing marriage, can be cured by shooting or blowing them up. But Christmas, we should all hope, is here to remind us that there are other means to achieve larger, more hopeful goals. Merry Christmas. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Okay. So some points to that.
Some wrong points, but go ahead.
So to the plot, the entire plot of Die Hard is predicated on the fact that it's Christmas.
Because that's just a preface it.
No, that
happens to be Christmas. It could be Easter. It could be 4th of July.
Because he wouldn't have been there to spend...
It could be Thanksgiving.
The 4th of July with his family.
Why not?
Because it was for Christmas.
No, I'm saying, but it could have been a 4th of July holiday, and he's like, I'm going to spend that with my family.
And if it was, then it would be a 4th of July movie.
And it would still be an action terrorist movie. The time of the year had nothing to do with what happened in that movie. Nothing.
Not with what happened, but why it happened.
But it could have happened with another holiday. So it didn't have to be Christmas for those events to unfold. It could have been any other people are off work kind of holiday.
Okay. So let's talk about this. So could Home Alone.
Yep. But guess what? Home Alone has all those things I was talking about. People realizing they're wrong, learning to love and have empathy and change their ways.
So does Die Hard. That was everything that I said.
Doesn't. Did you not hear my part about, how we'll put in quotes villains in these Christmas movies learn what their mistakes and what they've done wrong and how to fix them, and they do that in Die Hard.
But not everybody in the movie has to, because with what that article was saying, that equates to like the convincing the villains of their ways. That's like saying like we could have talked the 9/11 hijackers down.
That's not Christmas though. It's a Christmas theme to do.
But the action of like you're talking about talking down terrorists.
No. We're not talking them down. The terrorists are realizing.
No, it said something about Holly and John talking them and convincing them of their ways.
Okay, yeah.
But when has that happened in any movie ever?
Christmas movies? Like
any
all
movie.
Of them.
Convincing a terrorist that what they're doing is wrong?
Just whatever ex-villain or person is or was
Kevin
in that
McAllister
movie.
didn't convince the burglars that what they were doing was wrong, that they made 3 more movies.
It wasn't about them. It was about him learning that he loves and misses his family, that in the beginning of the movie he acts and shows that he doesn't give a shit about.
Right, and this was about John McClane getting back to his family for Christmas.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Because guess what John McClane didn't do in Die Hard?
What's that?
Make up with his wife and happily live ever after.
But the entire events took place because he attempted to do so.
Yeah, but he could have attempted to do so on Groundhog's Day.
Right, and Kevin McAllister could have been abandoned at home on May 4th.
Yes, but Kevin learned that value of family. John McClane just happened to be there.
He didn't just happen to be there. He was trying to be with his family.
Which he could do anytime. Kevin wouldn't have learned that he doesn't like his family. If
he could have learned that any day of the week,
if it
any
wasn't
day of the year.
Missing Christmas with them.
No, no. Eventually, he would have been like, you know what? I miss my family.
But you're saying that Christmas didn't emphasize that feeling?
So, to equate it, I guess, the burglars were going after the houses because it was Christmas time and everyone was away.
Yes.
The terrorists went after the building because there was a Christmas party and the rest of the building was empty.
Correct.
John McClane was only able to stop it because he was there for Christmas to spend it with his family. So the terrorists were only there because it was Christmas. He was only there because it was Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's the foundation of the entire plot.
It's not. Why don't you pull up what the plot of Die Hard is for me, David?
That's literally it.
Go ahead, pull it up. What's the plot of Die Hard?
That's the foundation of the plot.
Oh, so that's not what the movie's about. Then.
That's why the plot is able to take place.
And what takes place? Anything Christmassy? Or it just happens because it happened during Christmas, it makes it a Christmas movie automatically?
I mean, you said yourself that there's a lot of Christmas elements.
There's Christmas elements in Harry Potter, too.
There's like a Christmas element. But it's those elements combined with everything else.
What? The hanging of people, the shooting of machine guns, the
songs,
throwing off of buildings.
The whistling jingle bells in the elevator.
Yeah, they can throw that in there because of the time it takes place, but it has nothing to do with the plot synopsis, has nothing to do with what is going on in the movie. It's just something that they're like, oh, so we threw that in as part of the writing. Yeah, it's Christmas time. All right, they're in the elevator, play a Christmas song in there.
Well, speaking of the writing, your argument about even Bruce Willis said it's not a Christmas movie. The writer himself said he wrote it.
Wrote it as
a Christmas movie.
Yeah, they didn't finish that quote and realized this is a better action flick than a Christmas movie.
I've read the whole quote. What are you talking about?
How many movies has sequels where the first one's a Christmas movie and there's no to follow that are also that are not Christmas movies? If you can name one, how about it came out in like July?
It did come out in July. Gremlins came out in June. Nightmare Before Christmas came out in October. Reindeer Games came out in February. And The Miracle on 34th Street came out in May.
How about the 62% of Americans that agree it's not a Christmas movie?
When was that poll?
2021.
And they also had to throw the UK in there to help argue their point.
That it's not.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then the argument about all of the violence. We already had the conversation about that movie with Hopper that you admitted was a Christmas movie.
That is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So
because he starts out as a disgruntled, I'm over it, I'm going to retire from being Santa. Goes through this whole ordeal that is a violent ordeal and discovers, no, wait, I love making kids happy and I'm going to continue doing it.
Right. But I'm just saying that negates that article's argument of the fact that all of the violence means that it's not a Christmas movie.
Well, take from that article is the embodiment of what a Christmas movie is as far as what happens to like protagonists and antagonists in the movie and where they start and where they end. John McClane's still the same New York City cop.
Right.
Hans Gruber's dead. There's no Christmas feelings, characteristics about anybody in that movie.
Gremlins 2 is not a Christmas movie.
I'd even argue Gremlins 1 is not a Christmas movie, to be honest.
Well, the movie couldn't take place if it wasn't Christmas, so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. But in the mind of a Christmas movie,
I don't know if
it doesn't
this
have the characteristics.
Helps or hurts either of our points, but when I was reading all this, I had an epiphany about the whole, like, if it wasn't Christmas, would the movie have taken place? Is Ted a Christmas movie?
No, he could have gotten Ted for a birthday present.
He could have.
Yeah.
But he got it on Christmas.
Yeah.
It goes back to the Kevin McAllister.
Movie would be exactly the same, though, if he got him on his birthday.
Right. But
the same movie.
But as far as like
they just made it Christmas instead of his birthday.
It all happened because of that. Because there's so many movies out there that you could change the holiday.
And the movie's the same.
But it would be that holiday movie. Like for Home Alone, Thanksgiving. It would be a Thanksgiving movie.
Yes. But
so it's the same with Die Hard. If Die Hard was a Thanksgiving party, it would be a Thanksgiving
an
movie.
Terrorist movie. Doesn't matter what time of year it is, whose birthday we're celebrating, does not matter.
All right, well,
everything in that movie would be exactly the same, and there would be zero tie-in with the plot of the movie with whatever holiday is going on.
Well, let me tell you why Die Hard could be considered more of a Christmas movie than Home Alone.
Okay.
The centrality of Christmas to the plot. In Die Hard, Christmas drives the plot as the events hinge on a Christmas Eve party, while in Home Alone, the holiday is merely a backdrop to the story. Themes of redemption and reconciliation. Die Hard emphasizes heartfelt reconciliation through John's efforts to mend his marriage, whereas Home Alone uses family dynamics for humor rather than emotional depth. Use of Christmas music. Die Hard integrates Christmas music subversively to enhance its themes, while Home Alone uses it mainly for ambiance and comedic effect. The spirit of sacrifice. John McClane's actions in Die Hard embody selfless sacrifice, while Kevin's defense of his home in Home Alone is more about survival than altruism. Villainy as a reflection of greed. Die Hard's villains reflect the moral futility of greed, while Home Alone's villains are comedic and lack deeper moral significance. And direct references to Christmas. Die Hard integrates Christmas deeply into its dialogue and action, where in Home Alone, the holiday serves as more of a setting than a theme.
That point's mute. All of them. Moot.
Moot.
No, I'm muting you. I'm not listening. You're muted. We also want, obviously, comments in wherever you're watching or listening to this of how you feel.
Yeah, Joe, Sam, Antonio, Eric.
Hopefully you try to make it a short.
It's got to be like 17 shorts.
So I'm pulling up a few more things just to hit you with that Home Alone, Die Hard that you just did. So would you not say Christmas is just a backdrop during Die Hard? Christmas is more of a setting than a central theme. The holiday decorations, music, and festive atmosphere are part of the backdrop, but they don't shape the narrative or the characters' arcs in the way they do in more traditional Christmas movies.
No, but it's the premise. It's why it's the only reason he's in California to begin with.
But there's no morale or message related to Christmas in that movie.
In what sense?
So Christmas movies carry a morale lesson, kindness, generosity, or the importance of family. In contrast, Die Hard doesn't focus on these themes. It's more about survival and heroism in the face of danger. The characters, while likable, don't go through the kind of emotional or moral transformations you might expect in a Christmas story.
Isn't that Home Alone to a T?
No, because he does go through those. He goes through emotional and moral transformations to realize he loves his family and misses them.
But I think John McClane already did that, which is why he's there to begin with.
He just needs some action. That's why he's there. From his wife.
He didn't even want it. Didn't you hear my argument about how he wanted nothing to do with it? He even tried calling for help. Well, it's not like he was seeking it out. Well,
let's ask this. Because I know once you brought this up, however many years ago it was, and it flipped me the hell out. Is that just devil's advocate, or do you truly believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
You know what? It started out just being a dick. Like, let me get this guy's gears grinding. But the more I read into it, the more I'm like, you know what? They got a point.
You know what else I classify as a Christmas movie is when it's Christmas and I'm like, I need to watch that movie. And Die Hard does not fall under that category. I'm not like, it's Christmas time, I have to watch Die Hard. I don't think like that. Like, it's not what I want. So I saw a Christmas movie.
I saw a statistic that I think it said last year, the most watched movie on Christmas Eve was Die Hard at 1.6 million.
Yeah, that's fake news. There's definitely more elves being watched out there.
Maybe. All
right. Well, let me cool down, and I want to hit you with like two or three just like Christmas scenarios to tell me how you would handle these scenarios.
Okay.
So what would you do with unlimited money for one Christmas?
I would rent out a mall.
Mm-hmm.
And I would invite like 100 children's shelters to just come. And it would be like that supermarket sweep game.
But you have unlimited money. Couldn't you just do it at every mall in every state?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd want to be there, I guess. Okay. I don't know what kind of
your favorite
blasphemy is going on. I'd probably do like Mall of America or something. I don't know.
Okay.
And it would be like supermarket sweep. So each kid, all the kids would get like a shopping cart and an hour to just run through the mall and pack.
Damn, an hour?
And then it's a big mall. Like, you give them a minute, true. They're going to be like, I get one store.
All right. I got my, my pogo stick. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
if you could spend Christmas anywhere in the world, where would it be? Not just like where with my family, but like a specific location.
Maybe Dubai.
Oh, ew.
I was thinking somewhere with snow and then
exactly, yeah.
But then I'm
like the Swiss Alps and like a log cabin overlooking mountains.
If I can be inside and just like have a window and see. Okay.
We're not just going to stick you on the mountain standing there dying from hypothermia. Okay. Merry Christmas, David.
Yeah, then probably maybe like Lake Tahoe.
Oh, it's gorgeous over there.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
The California side or the
Nah, fuck California.
What's the other side? Nevada?
I don't know.
I think it's Nevada.
We'll go with that.
Okay. If you had to cancel one Christmas tradition forever, what would it be?
Let me look up my Christmas traditions I got here.
Canceled. Forever. No more of this. Sorry.
If I had to cancel one Christmas tradition, that's a good question. I love everything about Christmas.
I was going to pick one that's like I've never actually witnessed, but it's a tradition is like Christmas caroling. Like I feel like that's an old school Christmas tradition.
Like the 50. I think that is canceled. I think they did that already.
Like someone like the HOA's calling the police if you're outside singing like
a trespassing over here.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's on here. If you'd have asked me, how old am I? If you'd have asked me like 20 years ago, I would say the one we do when we get one gift on Christmas Eve because it was fucking pajamas every single year.
We're underwear and socks.
So it's like, why are you wrapping this? Like, I know what it is. So
we would get a pick. They'd put a few presents out and they'd be like, all right, go ahead and pick your one for the night. And sometimes we'd get to like, not that one. And we'd pick a different one.
Oh, so you had to pick which one.
But it wasn't all the presents because they were like, these are just our presents. Santa's coming tonight.
Okay.
And they would, if it was like a bigger gift, they say, no, not that one. Do a different one. And we'd pick a different one. And it'd be like
because they didn't want you unwrapping the Nintendo 64 on Christmas Eve.
That's right. That's right. Did I tell you that story? The Nintendo 64 story?
No.
So it's Christmas 1990.
Probably 7.
No, earlier.
Came out in 96.
Oh, you know what? It was Nintendo.
Like Super Nintendo?
No, it was the NES, the original.
You got that late then, because that came out in like 89.
Yeah, it probably was like I was probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
And we got the Nintendo for Christmas, and we loved it, and we were playing it all day, and finally the kids go to bed Christmas night, and like we had like aunts and uncles over and like families over, and my aunt is downstairs playing it. She's like, finally, it's a Nintendo. Like it's a new technology. Like, let's see what this is all about.
Right.
And she's down there with all the grownups. They're all playing Nintendo. And my brother comes down and goes, he's like leaning over and they're like, hey, are you okay? He's like, I'm scared. There's monsters. I can't sleep. And he's just like eyes glued on the Nintendo. Like, I can't.
I think you did tell me this story.
Okay. I can't sleep in this. And they're like, okay. And like 2 seconds later it comes down like rubbing like little Cindy Lou Who Chris, like 3 years old, and they're like, oh, what are you doing up? And I was like, I heard Nintendo and I want to play. Like, 3-year-old, you're not gonna lie. But the brother of like trying to be like, I'm scared and I can't sleep, but just staring at Nintendo. Yeah, super funny.
Scared.
And why are you up? I heard Nintendo.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, those the good old days. As like Kayla asked me earlier, what was your favorite Christmas gift? Well, obviously getting engaged to you, but that Nintendo 64 though.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I think that's not my favorite though. I got a kind of like Christmas Story. I got a pellet rifle when I was like 9 or 10-ish.
I did.
And oh man, when I opened
same age.
When I opened that thing up.
Yeah. Mine was a Daisy.
Oh no, I got like a legit, like you have to cock the barrel to compress the air and you put one pellet in at a time and close it up. Like kills a...
I had that semi-automatic, so I could just just pump per shot.
I couldn't even bend the arm to get the air compressed. I had to have an adult. Help! I want to shoot my gun.
A Nintendo. Oh, that's great. I like it. I have another little, more like a me reading something piece, and then I have a little game thingy.
Let's play the game.
Okay. All right. Give me an adjective.
Jolly.
Give me a noun.
Elf shoes.
That's weird. Give me a relative.
Uncle.
Give me a noun.
Duck butter.
Give me a verb.
Moist.
That's an adjective.
Oh yeah, you're right. Flipped.
Give me a noun.
Present.
Give me a noun.
A stocking.
Give me an adjective. Not moist.
No. How about sloppy?
Okay. Give me an adjective.
Vomiting. Oh no, that's not an adjective.
We'll get there.
Overweight.
Give me a person.
Filipino hooker.
Give me an animal.
Jackrabbit.
Give me a location.
Poland.
South Poland or North
Poland. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll make a North Poland. Adjective.
Cranky.
Holiday.
Flag Day.
Adjective.
Shiny.
Noun.
Dildo.
Another noun. Hungry unicorn.
How about a fat shit?
Give me another noun. Give me two more nouns.
Two more nouns. I'll give you a bra.
Okay.
And a hot dog.
And an adjective.
Wet.
And one more holiday.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day. MLK Day.
All right. From you, this is Dear Santa.
Oh.
Dear Santa, I have been a very jolly elf shoes this year. I always help Uncle with chores around the duck butter. It's my job to flip the present and take out the stocking every day. I really hope I am on the sloppy list this year.
I can definitely check that box off.
I have done a lot of overweight things, so I think I deserve it.
Another check.
I even helped a Filipino hooker feed their jackrabbit while they were on vacation in North Poland.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I have a few cranky Flag Day wishes this year, and I would love to see a shiny new dildo underneath the tree with my name on it.
Damn. Worked out well.
It would make me the happiest fat shit on the bra. And if you could put a hot dog inside my stocking, that would be wet too. Merry MLK Day. Sincerely, Chris.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
Oh, that was good. I hope the mic picked up all my talking. I was just doing a lot of laughing and falling over.
A few of them were kind of but a lot of those fell right into place.
Yeah, once we got to the even helped a Filipino hooker feed their jackrabbit, it was and then I think the gold was love to see a shiny new dildo underneath the tree
with my name on it.
And then the cherry on top was if you put a hot
that'd be wet.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool. Oh, that'd be wet, Santa.
Yeah, that'd be wet. Bro, that'd be wet. We should make that a thing. Let's start making that a thing.
Wet.
Yeah.
Instead of like.
So
instead of bussing.
Yeah. Or
That's
like
wet.
dope or whatever the equivalent of
The
dope
bomb.
is. Yeah.
All right, I'm sending you a link. Let me know if you get it.
Okay.
And then just let me know once you click it if it opens up for you.
Okay.
All right, David. So we're going to hit you with, and I'll have you put this in post, the Ultimate Christmas Movie Championship of the World bracket.
Okay.
Bam. So your first matchup is Home Alone versus A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Obviously going to be Home Alone.
Home Alone. Next one's The Santa Claus versus The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm going to go nostalgia here and go Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh, upset. Okay. Christmas Vacation versus Scrooged.
Scrooge is nostalgia, but honestly wasn't a bit. I think it scared me when I was a kid.
I think you're thinking of A Christmas Carol.
Maybe.
Scrooged is the
Ebenezer Scrooge in that?
No, Scrooged is the what's that guy? Eddie
Murphy?
Bill Murray. Bill Murray's a TV executive.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still going Christmas Vacation.
As you should. It's a Wonderful Life versus White Christmas.
I got to go It's a Wonderful Life because White Christmas killed 26,000 people.
We've got Elf versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
If I was going to watch either of them right now, it would be Rudolph.
Mm-hmm. I got fucking Die Hard versus Miracle on 34th Street.
Got the July release versus the May release.
I mean, Die Hard. There's an obvious... Oh, that's real bad. Miracle's like one of the top-rated Christmas movies of all time, David.
So is Die Hard.
We got Love Actually versus Muppets Christmas Carol.
The Muppets.
Yeah. And then A Christmas Story versus How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The original
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. All right.
The Jim Carrey would probably triumph, but 1966?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
All right. Next round, I got Home Alone versus Nightmare Before Christmas.
Home Alone.
I've got Christmas Vacation versus It's a Wonderful Life.
Christmas Vacation.
I've got Rudolph versus Die Hard.
Rudolph.
And we've got Muppets Christmas Carol versus A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
All right. Your semifinal is Home Alone versus Christmas Vacation.
Home Alone.
Your other semifinal is Rudolph versus A Christmas Story.
Sorry, Dad. Rudolph.
So the championship matchup, Home Alone versus A Christmas Story. Oh, no, Rudolph. Sorry, Rudolph. Rudolph versus Home Alone.
That doesn't sound right. What does he say? Oh, Buzz, gross. Your girlfriend.
No, he says, oh, Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Woof. Oh, that's right.
Is that the answer? Home Alone
Hands down.
takes the world title. That's pretty good.
You knew that going into it.
Yeah, I did. What do you think my championship matchup would be?
Probably Elf versus Christmas Vacation.
So definitely Christmas Vacation, but it would definitely be versus Muppet Christmas Carol.
Really?
It is one of the best movies ever made. Not even just Christmas. It's so good. But Christmas Vacation's my ultimate.
Yeah, I knew that. I figured that's why you asked me what the final would be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, nice. There you go.
I like it.
Kevin reigns supreme.
Always.
Kevin. All right, David, I want you to blind rank these Christmas traditions.
Okay.
First one's going to be decorating the Christmas tree.
I'm going to go 2.
Next one is going to be exchanging gifts.
I'll go 4.
4, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is going to be Christmas dinner.
We'll go 5.
Okay. Next one is going to be advent calendars.
Oh, fucking motherfucker. The 3, I guess. I think I've ever done one of those in my life.
Wait, what'd you put Christmas dinner at?
5?
Oh, that was 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The last one is going to be watching Christmas movies.
I'll go 1. Okay with that. Okay.
So you had at 1, Christmas movies. At 2, decorating the tree. At 3, advent calendars. 4 was exchanging gifts, and 5 was Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. I told you my advent calendar Christmas story too, right?
I don't remember it, but that sounds vaguely familiar.
All right, I'll hit you with it real quick. I was elementary school age, couldn't tell you exactly.
Okay.
Was at my best friend's house, who was my neighbor, like 10 feet from our house. And we're over there playing, as we always do. And I'm upstairs, and in his room, I see his advent calendar. So I proceed to lock myself in his room, eat every piece of chocolate out of that advent calendar, and then close every single door back up of that advent calendar, walk out, done. And then the next day when he went to eat his chocolate, my mom got a phone call and I got grounded.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I loved that advent calendar chocolate as a kid. It's probably shit chocolate, but when you're 8, 7 years old.
You still talk to him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have kids?
He doesn't. He's a gym teacher in Baltimore, if that helps.
No, I was just going to say, he probably tells his kids that story.
No, his brother just had a kid, but that's about it.
His brother's probably like, let me tell you the story about your uncle.
Now he was deprived of his holiday chocolate.
Yeah. Although, if he ate all that chocolate, maybe he wouldn't be a gym teacher.
Touche.
So you might have done him a favor.
Okay.
You think Santa's bad?
Well, with all the laws that he breaks, I would say Santa has a naughty side to him, but I think overall Santa's a great man. He's good.
Okay, let me restate that.
Okay.
Do you think the belief of Santa is bad?
I mean, I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I mean, there's a lot of false idols out there, I'll say that much. I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is.
Okay. I didn't either. And then I read something interesting and it got me thinking.
No, I don't think it is at all.
I don't know that it was enough to get me over the fence.
Okay.
But I figured it was interesting enough to discuss. So some would argue that Santa Claus can be considered bad because the idea of him encourages a false sense of where gifts come from, potentially undermining the appreciation for parents' efforts, promotes consumerism by focusing on material gifts, and can be seen as a form of deception by perpetuating a lie about a magical gift giver to children who are too young to understand the concept of fiction. It can lead to potential disappointment when they discover the truth about Santa.
That seems like a very woke response, like a very current.
It does, but so it breaks down into a little more like detailed, I guess. So like the aspect of lying to children, many parents feel uncomfortable with the idea of actively lying to their children about Santa's existence, potentially damaging trust in the parent-child relationship.
Well, I just Googled it, and St. Nicholas, and being known for his generosity and secret gift giving, has been around since the 4th century, which is the year 300 plus.
Yeah.
So that's so long, 1,700 years.
But you just had to Google that. You weren't like raised with like those teachings.
True. Just, hey, this guy brings his
and
gifts.
St. Nicholas was a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you got, big fat man just flying around. It's not like you weren't raised like, or even when like you found out that Santa wasn't real, like your parents weren't like, right, but it's based off this guy, St. Nicholas, and we do this to try to prove, or not prove, but like instill generosity in you or anything like that.
Well, I became very skeptical as a kid, and finally one Christmas Eve I left back when
hold that thought, because that's my next thing.
Okay.
To get into why you are no longer a believer.
Okay.
So it also sets unrealistic expectations. The concept of Santa delivering presents to every child globally in one night can be confusing to children.
No, because all you do is Christmas magic, and they're like, oh, he's magical. Okay.
Okay, fair. Focus on material gifts. The emphasis on receiving presents from Santa can prioritize material possessions over the true meaning of giving and generosity.
I can see that, definitely.
Okay. The naughty, nice list pressure. Some argue that the naughty or nice list can create undue pressure on children to behave perfectly to receive gifts, potentially leading to anxiety.
Yeah, I could see that too. Cause like, I remember like, I'd be like, oh, I told a lie. Crap. I'm not getting presents this year.
Right. And it was funny because I read some of this off to Kayla before we got on. I was like, all right, I want you to make sure my Christmas list of topics is good. So I read it off to her, and she was like, did I tell you about that one time at my cousin's house when, they got a lot, like she spent Christmas at her cousin's, but they got better gifts than she did.
Oh.
And it wasn't like a jealousy thing. It was like
what did I do?
Like, yeah, like I felt like I wasn't Santa. Good enough. And she was like, and I was like distraught because I like had thought it was like the best
Tell
year.
Me what I have
like
to
I was
do.
The best kid ever that year. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then inequity concerns. The idea of Santa giving different amounts of gifts to children based on their behavior can raise questions about fairness, especially for children from disadvantaged backgrounds.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it also has the plus side to it of like
if you're on the not
a good person
side.
Year round as a kid. I mean,
and that's the that gets into my Ask Reddit, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so why are you no longer a believer?
So I became skeptical. I'm gonna say thirdish grade, if I'm guessing, maybe younger. Maybe been like first or second.
Give me an age,
like 8, 7 or 8. Okay. And I left a a disposable like Kodak camera next to the cookies with a note that said, "Please take a picture of yourself, Santa." This is before selfies.
You did tell me this.
This is like 1995, like
right.
And my dad really tried to pull it off, and they would go through a lot of stuff. So they would make like fake hoof prints in the snow on the deck, and we had pet rabbits, and they put rabbit turds out there and like chewed up carrots and celery because we left carrots and celery for the reindeer.
Yeah. Did they ever like slap the mud and then like put boot prints inside?
Nothing like that. Just like off the deck, and it wasn't even a big deck. Like as a kid, like if you think about it logically, you could fit one reindeer on the deck, but they'd have little hoof prints and little turds, and they'd chew up and like spit out the carrots and celery. And my dad, God bless him, tried to take a picture of, he was wearing a Santa hat similar to yours, like a traditional Santa hat, and just like the side of his head, but it was like his brown hair was showing. And I was like, Dad, that's you. And he's like, yeah, bud, let me tell you. And I was like, I knew it. So I was more like the haha. I knew it. Yeah.
Like you were already skeptical. So you were like, let me get this guy. Yeah. What he should have done was like, since it was a Kodak, just like go like this real quick and take a picture so it was blurry, and then left a note that was like, sorry, the picture's not great. I was in a hurry, had a lot of houses left to hit or something like that. And then you would have been like, okay. I'll try again next year.
I mean, I was at that age where it was like, I'm pretty sure this dude's not this isn't happening. And then kids talk at school. Sometimes you find out without wanting to find out.
Well, that was me. And I think I had told you that story. When I had first moved into the neighborhood, well, it wasn't first. It was either that year or the second. So we moved in that neighborhood 97, and that's when I met Zach. And it was either that Christmas or the Christmas after that I'd gone over his house. I think we were watching like Home Alone or something. And I walk in, and Cindy's like, so David, what are you asking for Christmas? Or what are you asking Santa for Christmas? And I'm like about to tell her, and fucking Zach's like, Cindy, David's not stupid. He doesn't believe in Santa. And I'm like...
Yeah, I don't, crying in the corner.
Literally up until that point when those words came out of his mouth, I believed. So, Zach, if you listen to this, I don't know if I ever told you that story, but...
You've ruined my childhood.
That's when the fight began.
And that's when the fight began.
So, yeah, that was... I don't know. I don't think many people know that story. I mean, that's not like a...
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. I was like, I don't... maybe my dad knows. I don't think I've ever told my mom. Like, you would think that's something parents ask. Like,
hey,
when
does he
did
know?
You find out?
Oh,
well, it's fine. So Kayla was asking me, was like, yeah, did you ever like, leading up to that or something like that? And I was like, no, but like after that, like I still wanted to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her like every year, we would go wake up Dad and be like, Dad, like we're up. Let's, like 6 a.m. Like we want to go open our shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was that year, the next year, the year after, one of the subsequent years, me and Jenna went to go knock on Dad's door, wake him up, and he was like, all right, like acting all tired. He was like, we'll go down in a few, just go back to your rooms. And I could like hear him putting
getting stuff
out
together. Yeah.
And I was
he messed up and didn't do it at like midnight.
Okay. Yeah. Like son of a bitch.
Well, I told you I was a under the tree sleeper for years, right?
I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
So I knew what I was doing. So I would like Christmas Eve to me as a kid, probably through about being 10 years old, was like biggest night of the year. And it always took forever to get there. And Christmas Eve would get there and I'd look forward to going into my bedroom and laying awake for like 5 hours because I knew I had to wait. And then finally it would be like 1 a.m. and I'd crack open the door and I'd do the peek and be like, there's no noises. And I'd go out to the tree as quietly as I can. And all the presents would be there. And I'm like the first one to see it. I'm like, Santa came. Oh my gosh, that has my name on it. This has my name on it. And then I would sleep right there, like under the tree, presents around me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I want to see this motherfucker, so I'm going to sleep here.
I would always sneak out. And it went till, like I said, probably 8 or 9. Because I remember we'd go to Savannah for Christmas a couple times, where the grandparents were, and I would even do it there. And it was even after Christmas, and like I knew Santa was coming anyways. He still comes after Christmas, and I would go sleep under that tree on the tile floor. Like no like pillows or blankets. I would just like curl up like a cat and just, oh yeah, for years I did that. Years.
That's where your leg issues came from, all those years of not sleeping on a mattress.
Years and years I slept under that damn tree.
That's great. I like it. I want to see if you can place these top-selling Christmas gifts in chronological order.
Okay, from like when they released. Do you want earliest to latest kind of thing?
Yep. So I just sent you a list of 10 years worth of top-selling Christmas gifts.
Okay.
And I want you to place them, or attempt to place them chronologically.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to start with the oldest being, I'm going to go yo-yo. Number 2, I'm going to do Lionel Trains. 3, I'm going to do Etch-a-Sketch. 4, I'm going to go with the Pet Rock at 4. Pet Rock. Well, no, scratch that. Instead of that, I'm going to do Magic 8-Ball at 4. 5, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go My Little Pony and then hit it with another one. 6 is Furby, then the Nerf ball, then Barbie, Pet Rock, PlayStation 2.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so you have 2 right.
Lord. Do I not get what numbers I got right?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So you have Yo-Yo and Lionel Trains right.
No, so they're 1 and 2 and everything else is fucked. Okay, I'm going to go 3 Pet Rock, 4 Barbie, 8-Ball, Nerf Ball, Etch-a-Sketch, PlayStation, My Little Pony.
You missed Furby on the last one.
Put Furby third to last. Yeah, so go My Little Pony at the end, then PlayStation, then Furby. And go ahead, hit me with the real list. Let's see how I did.
You don't want one more guess?
No.
Okay. All right, so you got 2 more right.
Okay.
You got Barbie at 4 and you got Nerf at 6.
Okay.
So the real list in chronological order is Yo-Yo first in 1928, Lionel Train second in 1946, Magic 8-Ball third in 1950, Barbie fourth at 1959, Etch-a-Sketch fifth at 1960, Nerf Ball sixth at 1970, Pet Rock seventh, 1975, My Little Pony 8, 1982, Furby 9, 1998, and PlayStation 2 in 2000.
Damn. Yeah, I put My Little Pony last on that second one. I was like, maybe it made a resurgence, and that's when it became huge and popular.
I would have guessed that was like 90s. Around the Furby time. Because I remember growing up hearing those commercials, the My Little Pony, like we talked about.
I mean, it's been around forever.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. 1982? Shit. I was hoping the Barbie would throw you off. I thought you'd be like, oh, well, the movie came out a few years ago. Maybe it was another.
I think they've been around a while. It's funny because I always like in my head go Barbie and like Playboy. They're like both around the same age.
Yeah. And then the Pet Rock, I was very surprised you got Yo-Yo first.
No, that's been around.
Yeah, but it was also popular when we were like 5th graders.
That was a resurgence for sure.
Yeah, but I was hoping like Pet Rock, you'd be like, oh, well, I didn't have shit else to do back then.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but no, 1975. So, okay.
Not mad at it.
Yeah, no, you did better than I thought you would.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, no, well, all I have is Ask Reddit next. So, if you have one or if you have something else to.
No, go ahead. I mean, with your Reddit.
While you look for one.
Ready.
Ready for Reddit.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, is that where you're going for?
Yeah.
So this week, my Ask Reddit is, what do you hate about Christmas?
Being away from family.
This dude said that I have to see my family.
Oh. I guess different lives,
different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I have the expectation to still give gifts to friends or family who are very aware that you are struggling financially, i.e. behind on utilities and getting food from pantries. Especially hate the mandatory employee contribution to gifts for the boss.
Yeah. I feel like if it's like family or friends and you're like, hey, it's just a tough year for me, they'll be like, oh, don't worry about it. Like,
well, yeah, because we're good friends.
Mm-hmm.
I have Elf on the Shelf. I have an irrational hatred for that creepy little bastard.
Yeah, I've never gotten into that trend.
I haven't either. And every year, like I see the pictures and the memes and the reels, and I'm like, I want to do that. But then I'm like, I don't.
I'm just going to put it in one spot and go, all right.
Yeah.
Elf's just looking at me. Yeah.
Yeah. I have the fact that it now begins in October.
That's a good one. I hate that.
Trying to be fake happy over a gift you don't really like.
Depends who gave it and what the gift is.
Okay. So if you got like a waffle iron from one person, would you enjoy it more than if you got it from another person?
A waffle iron?
You said it depends on who it is and what the gift is. Like, who it is.
If it was like a senile, like old aunt or something, and I was like, oh, thanks. Like,
you'd be like, fuck this and fuck you.
No, yeah. I'd just be like, oh, she's,
Yeah.
Okay. I guess but
you're still being fake happy.
Yeah, but more so for them.
Right. Okay. Well,
they could have got me a toothpick. I would have been like, oh, thank you. But if it's like someone who knows me really well, or like if you got me a waffle iron, it'd probably just be like why?
Okay.
So you can make waffles, dude. Yeah.
Don't get Chris a waffle iron. Got it. Okay, cool. Return waffle iron I got for Chris.
Right. Re-gift waffle iron. Jenna, hey, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, here you go. She's over here trying to give me fucking Hurley shirts and shit. Jenna, you better get a waffle iron. All right, the next one I have is, it's the end of the year and a cold, harsh reminder that another year has gone by and I haven't done a fucking thing that was meaningful. Oh,
it sounds like you should prioritize and set some goals.
Yep. Get off Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay. I have how the lesson of tolerance in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is flawed. He is treated with respect only after showing his practical value. This has bothered me for as long as I can remember, largely
now that's as real as it gets, man.
It's as real as it gets, but if its intent is to like teach a lesson, it's not doing a good job.
Yeah, it's perform and you'll be rewarded.
No, I think their argument is perform and you'll be respected.
Oh.
Which isn't the way the world should work.
But how else do you get respect? Just because?
Hold on, stand by. Kayla just texted me. There's a new Christmas movie I want to watch with you. It's called Red One.
Tell her Chris highly recommends. We talked about it.
Did you text her and tell her?
No, I didn't. No, that's literally the conversation. It's like, you and Kayla need to watch this movie. That's really funny. Like it was so good, David. I might watch it again before Christmas.
Yeah,
it's super good.
Huh. Okay. But yeah, you shouldn't have to prove your worth to be respected.
Oh yeah, that should just be a natural human thing. You respect everybody. Yeah. I gotcha.
Like, fuck you. Oh, you can guide a sleigh? Yeah, I.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, I dear.
Dear.
I have having to go to 4 other houses to make sure family does not get upset that we didn't come see them on Christmas. I got to say, that's like one of the things I'm so grateful of, like, not only being here, but like all the family not being centrally located, because that shit is fucking stressful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have Mariah Carey. That's it, just Mariah Carey.
Oh. Yeah, she can get to be much. I know you could hear it all day.
Yeah. I have buying people that have everything more fucking shit.
I don't think I know anyone that has everything except for like, well, I'd say now and where they're at now is my mom and my stepdad. Like they don't need anything.
Yeah.
So every year for Christmas for them, it's like, just send me some links to Amazon. Like something, what do you want? Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like your dad's probably the same. Like he doesn't need anything.
Yeah. And he was, funny story. So he was asking us like, what do you want? What do you want? Time's running out. Time's running out. And before I gave an answer, I was like, what do you want? And he was like, I need a new like scale. And I was like, cool, like $40. And before I bought it, I had messaged him and I was like, how about this as a combined gift for me and Kayla? And it was one of the new like 21-inch Echo shows that, because I was looking at like digital calendars because fucking staying organized has been a hassle. So the new Echo Show has like a smart home thing built in. It's an Echo and it has a digital calendar thing.
Oh, that's like, the one that I got, the brand new one.
Probably, maybe.
It was $40 on Cyber Monday.
No, different one.
The Echo Show 8?
No, the Echo Show 21.
Oh.
It's $400, so I don't think.
Oh, yeah, no.
So I sent him that, and then like a day later, he was like, I was thinking, and instead of a scale, if it's not too much, I was looking at these as well, and it was like $180 like Ninja espresso machine, and I was like,
how did we go?
I guess I shot myself in the foot by saying I wanted this Echo. Huh?
How did we go from this to that?
Yeah, because I asked for a $400. I was like, I don't need like, it's just if I want something, I get it.
Yeah.
Like I don't just wait until, because anything I don't get right away is too expensive to ask for.
It's tougher the older you get.
So it's
you know what I asked for this year is a new set of pots and pans and some luggage.
I do need new luggage.
And it came in, and actually, it's funny enough, I was at your house when I saw the commercial for it. It was Thanksgiving morning, and it was like, scan this QR code for Macy's deals today. And like, they started going over like cashmere sweaters and shoes and this, and then one of them was like, 4-piece luggage set, $150 off. And I was like, scan, send to mom. It's like, here.
Kayla's been asking me, and I'm like, I want to do like network hard drive. That's like $500. And I'm like, and I'm just like looking at shit.
I'm like, it'd be cool to have, but I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like only because you're asking. I was like, oh, that's like a 3D printer. That's cool.
Like, give me $1 million. I'll find
How many times am I going to use it though?
But I don't need it.
Right. Like if you want an idea, I can give you an idea, but I don't want you to go spend $300 just because.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's okay. I bought her this fucking expensive ass goddamn camera and a bunch of shit because she wants it. But that was at least like something you want. Like you're asking me, and I'm just gonna give you shit that like I've seen that's cool.
Yeah,
but like
that's where I'm at. Is like
I'm gonna feel bad that you're buying it.
Well, and what happens is 2 months later, it's my birthday, and I get these texts like, "Hey, what do you want for your birthday?" I'm like, Amazon gift card. I mean, I don't know.
But I can't tell my wife I want an Amazon gift card.
A year's supply of energy drinks.
Yeah. Like,
well, now that I bought this rifle, I'm like, well, maybe a gift card,
maybe
a gift card to exactly, or like a gift card to Magpul, or like.
Is ammo still $1 around?
Let's see. The box of the cheapest, at least this was at the store though. This was at Frog Bones of 5.56. It was like this Winchester like training ammo.
Yeah,
I think it was like
green tip.
It was like no, not even. I think it was like $15 for 20 rounds.
So yeah, about the same still.
It's pretty insane. It's pretty cheap stuff. Looking like you open it up and like the casings are just like
they're probably recycled.
Yeah, big time.
Rebuilt rounds.
They're all. They don't look brass anymore. They're like varnished and like, I'm not sure what's going on with them. Like, I'm going to shoot them, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, the last one I have is that some guy who may or may not have existed had to be born just so people could find a reason to get together during the worst time of the year.
Well, it turned out to make it the best time of the year, so I'd say worth it.
That's what the media says, but is it?
I mean, I'm in a better mood this time of year just because of...
Same. But if I walked out to my car every morning and it was like 20, yeah, I won't get into it. So yeah, if you have any ideas of what I should ask Kayla for, I had to figure out what to get my mother. What'd you get your mom?
She wanted pajama pants and a book.
Did you get her Harry Potter?
No, some murder mystery thing that she loves. And then I always get like one more thing that they never asked for, and I haven't gotten there yet. That's actually my to-do list tomorrow, since I don't have time tonight, is finish Christmas shopping for everybody.
What do you want? I think I know one thing.
Pots, pans, and luggage, but I already got it.
And what do you want that you don't have?
Ammo.
Did you get a sight, or you just got the iron?
No, my flip-up irons came in 2 days ago. So I got a front flip and a back flip. That's all I got right now.
Okay. Your front flips?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, well, let's say fuck you to the nerds.
Hold on, you gotta ask Reddit me.
Oh, mine's quick and easy. Question as old as time: white or multicolor lights on a Christmas tree?
I don't like the variety of responses that will induce, but
there's only two.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Majority of people, I will say, are either multicolored or they say both.
Or white.
No.
Or what? Both?
I haven't actually reached a white yet until I went down like probably 20, 25 comments and I got a white. I'm team white. I think it's a much more classical look. I do like multicolored lights, but I think on a tree, to me, it's tacky. It's like tinsel. Like, I think tinsel's tacky.
Yeah, tinsel is tacky. I'm team, it's going to sound very contradicting. I'm team color, but all 3 Christmas trees in the house
are white lights.
Are white lights.
I prefer white. I think it
are the lights behind me. But I will say, I tried to put up multicolor lights behind me, but both strands, half the strand was out.
Oh, that's what mine is. If you look down on the ground, like to my left right there, none of those work. Just the ones above my head going down. Now, looking out to my like front door, entrance to my bedroom, and like the window right there, I have a big old strand of, and I'll never go back. I bought they're
black.
They're LED.
Yeah.
And oh my God, one, they look so much better, and 2, they were like super cheap. It was like 150-foot string for like $20 of LED Christmas lights.
Yeah, and these are probably $12 a piece, and they were 41 feet.
And this has like 8 modes. It can do this. It can do that. It can do this. It can do that. And it was
speaking of modes.
Yeah, they can do all those things. Heck yeah.
That's all I got. Thanks. I'm here all Christmas.
Yeah, so I'm team white all the way. I think it's just a nice, classic, genuine look. Are you team star or angel?
I'm star.
I'm star too.
But we grew up with an angel.
Oh, we did not.
I don't know if my bias is because I like stars better or because the Cowboys.
I can still picture our star as a kid. It was like probably like brass, and it was actually a multicolor star. So like it was like a 3D star with like panes of different colored glass on each, like each triangle was like 2 different colors, and it'd go around. And when we turned it on, it was like bing.
Okay.
Just like that. Bing.
Bing. Ba-da-da-da. Were there other questions, or was it just the 2?
Oh, that's it.
Oh. How many Ask Reddits was that?
That was just one.
Did you just throw the star in yourself?
Yeah, that was mine. Had me thinking about Christmas tree tradition.
Are you team skirt?
Skirt. It depends. So we would sometimes do a skirt. Sometimes we'd do a train. My dad was big with trains.
Do you have a skirt now?
I do. I like skirts.
Pussy. Or homo, or whatever calling you gay for having
straight man.
Yeah, you straight man. You crossdresser.
But we were also always, we've never, even now, both my parents still get real trees, and they're in their 60s and 70s. We've never owned a fake tree.
I respect it.
Yeah. The grind's worth it. Like we talked about last week. It's worth it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that grind when I was putting them up. And my argument was about the needles falling everywhere.
Yeah.
Those fucking fake needles fall everywhere just as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're easier to vacuum up, but they're.
And I feel like each year when you
everywhere.
unpack it, it's got stuffed more and more the year before. So you have to play with it even more to make it look presentable. Because, like,
dude, I spent like a fucking hour like unplucking and unfolding the shit.
Yeah, because when you put it in, you're like, Christmas is over, you're just punching it into the box or shoving that in there. That'll fit in there. Cool.
I'm like, okay, it's good. And every time I walk past it, I'm like, it could be fluffed a little more. So it's fucking
real
bullshit.
tree. The worst thing you got to do is strap it to your car and lug it into the house, and then you're good.
And dispose of it.
The other part is making sure that it's standing up, because the stand that it goes in will typically have like 3 pieces that are going in, and
that's the benefit of the fig trees is they come with a
balance
stand built for it.
Yeah, a leveler, we'll call it. Yeah, you don't have to water them, obviously.
Right.
I guess you could just spray them with like Febreze pine.
We never watered our real trees.
What? You never put water in them? That's how the needles fall, is if you don't water them.
Because they were only up for a few weeks.
I mean, ours, we always went right after. Now, granted, it was when I was in the like Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and our troop always did the Christmas tree drive every year. And it was like the week before Thanksgiving, we did the drive. So ours were up for a good month.
Okay. So you're how that consumerism started with the holiday music playing.
I hated doing that as a kid, man, because it was always freezing cold.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
It was the worst. I just wanted to not be doing that. No, you're part of the troop. You got to go do it. Okay, whatever. Son of a bitch.
Well, to everyone, Merry Christmas and a happy National, for some reason, Pumpkin Pie Day and National Alphabet Day.
Yeah, hopefully you get to spend time with friends and family and get the gifts. And
you're not gonna ask what the fuck I just said.
Alphabet Day.
Alphabet.
Yeah. Noel. We said that joke on the last cast.
Yeah, but this is a real thing. It's not a joke. It's National Alphabet Day
because there's Noel. The first. Also, my dog's name growing up.
Was that a Christmas dog?
Yeah, we got it for Christmas. Yeah. And
I like it.
I guess we got that frickin' terrible cat for Christmas too. Ugh.
What was its name?
Fucking Holly.
Like John McClane's wife.
Yeah, but she's named after Spills.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I think she might also be named after... I think her birthday is Christmas.
Or my first great white buffalo. Yeah, it could be her.
We said her name one time.
Her name's Holly.
Yeah, but I don't remember her last name.
And it rhymes with the second one. I never even thought of that. Oh, that's weird.
Holly Bronson?
Parrish.
That doesn't rhyme with Johnson.
Nope. No, her first name.
My dad said he grew up with this girl named Holly.
Oh, that's terrible. Holly
Born
squared.
On Christmas. Yeah. Well, Holly, her last name's not McClane. It was what?
Parrish?
No, the Die Hard one.
Oh, I don't know. Hoobastank?
It was like Saran. And what movie was she in?
Holly?
Yeah, the one I just said.
Die Hard?
Yeah. And I hope that's what all the esports kids do. Die hard.
Hope you get a lump of coal, you jerks, you filthy animals.
Fuck them.
Peace.
Merry Christmas, you big, fat. Hold on. Hold on.
You started so hard on the big fat, and then you held on. You can't hold on. You just got to stop.
No, Merry Christmas, you big, fat shit on the brawl. And I hope you get a big, shiny dildo with your Filipino hooker jackrabbit, overweight elf shoes, jolly bitch. Happy Hanukkah.
L'chaim.